So, and Twin Rivers having up all the money for that to be able to donate that money to the Dash for Cash.
Well, we need to find out who could be a few of those cars running for that Dash for Cash. Our first B main is out there. Mike Densberger in the 81 and Jeff Jones in the 19J. That is going to be your front row.
Dylan Sherfick. Sherfick, okay. In the 66D inside row number 2. Tim Watts on the outside in the 11W.
Tim Ward in the 14W. Randy Foote in the 37 make up row 3.
Garrett Wilson and Ray Peen, row number 4.
And then row 5 will be Cale Smith and Tony Schultz. Top 2 to the Charlie Clark Memorial main event for the Modifieds. Hang with us, race fans, and for good reason. We're going to kick it off right. Mike Densberger and Jeff Jones going at it for the race lead. The Magic Man and Double J going at it. Jones had the wheel advantage going into turn number 3. Densberger will have it off at turn number 4. Mike Densberger, no stranger to I-80 Speedway. He will lead lap number 1. Dylan Sherfick, the driver out of Waukene, Kansas, going after the race lead.
The Cartwheel King leading still at I-80 Speedway. Once again, top 2. Only the top 2 moving on. Right now, Tim Ward, first car outside looking in. Mike Densberger out of turn number 4, under fire for that race lead.
It's a shame that we don't get more cars in that feature. I mean, there are a lot of heavy hitters who have a pretty good shot at that Dash for Cash that won't make it into this show. And right now, Mike Densberger and Dylan Sherfick, they want to make surefire that they are going to be the ones to move on. Meanwhile, Tim Ward outside looking in right now, the driver out of Harcourt, Iowa, in that Rage chassis, trying to run down that battle for the lead. You've got Kansas, you got Nebraska, you've got Iowa by way of Arizona in the top 3.
Mike Densberger, a former USMTS racer, Eagle Raceway track champion in 2021, doing everything he can to hold off Dylan Sherfick, and he does it that time in lap number as we get down to 5 laps left to go.
And then you got a former track champion at Marshalltown in the form of Tim Ward in that 14W. Good run off the exit of 2 for Ward, trying to close in. And no, hasn't quite had the most consistent luck here at I-80 Speedway. He's had a couple of good shots here and there, but it's been kind of a struggle the last couple of times that we've had the 14W in the field. Ward with like a good run here to finish off the season for the Modifieds. This time around, we will have 3 laps to go when they get back to the flag stand. Densberger representing the hometown well.
Mike Densberger out of turn 4 continues to lead, but that not by much. Over Dylan Sherfick and Tim Ward. These 3 cars have broken away. Ward still slowly reeling in the top 2 cars. Last time by, Ward was a mere 0.2 faster.
This time by, 2 sticks up or 2 laps to go from starter Travis Meyer. Mike Densberger doing a great job hanging on to the race lead over Dylan Sherfick. Sherfick, one tough cookie from the Sunflower State. Sherfick doing a great job. Simple color scheme on that 66D, but it's not slowing him down at all. Here comes Ward trying to get the run through the middle, but nothing happening for the 14W. White flag is out, 4/10 of a mile to go for the Cartwheel King / Magic Man.
Mike Densberger looking to punch his ticket. Tim Ward, big move out of turn number 2.
Oh,
he's going to take over the 2nd spot.
What a run.
Final time out of turn number 4. Can Ward hold on to the final transfer spot?
Oh,
Mike Densberger's going to get the win.
He got
Tim Ward got 2nd.
He got it.
Dylan Sherfick got schnookered on the final lap. I couldn't see if he had an issue out of turn number 2. If he didn't have the momentum going down the backstretch, I just looked up, saw into turn number 3, and Ward had a huge run.
That is definitely going to hurt. That's definitely going to help my fantasy points right there. But race fans, give it up for your first B-Main winner for the Modifieds. He hails from Lincoln, Nebraska, car number 81, Mike Densberger. Solid run.
Row number 4 to the inside out of Boyden, Iowa. That's the 45R, Dale Reeks. On his outside, out of Beatrice, the 96, the junior jet, Jackson Sadoff.
5th row back from Nebraska City, Nebraska. That'll be the 40. It's the Shark, Sean Harker. They've got that machine figured out. On his outside from North Platte, Nebraska, it'll be the 4P. That is Dave Pedersen.
Your final starter will be the 05R. Don't believe I see him out there. That's going to be Robbie Silman scheduled to be the final starter.
Nope.
No joy for Robbie Silman.
So I believe we were looking for 10 cars. Well, looks like we may have 9 accounted for. I believe Dale Ricks, should say.
Ricks?
Ricks, it
Thank
is.
you.
He's not accounted for, so we'll go with 9, top 2 to the main here at the Charlie Clark Memorial. We're green. Off we go. Grabowski will take the race lead, nearly 3 wide there for third as Alex Reed's trying to scoot this up right past Chad Anderson, Bill Layton Jr. Now Anderson pulls ahead of Layton and Reeds as they go through 3 and 4. Lap 1 goes to Grabo.
Jordan Grabowski leading lap number 1.
Of course, he's another past Charlie Clark Memorial champion out here, a multi-time champ. And Bill Layton Jr. is in trouble. He is slowed down the back straightaway. The tub right there. Driver who finished second in the championship points in the super late model competition here at I-80. He's going to try to limp it off the speedway. Meanwhile, Jordan Grabowski continuing to run at full song with that GRT chassis, number 30. Looks like Layton. Could he get it off the track in time? He's staying out of the racing lane. Can he make it? Looks like he will. We'll keep on going.
Jordan Grabowski, 6 laps left to go over Jake McBurney. Alex Reeds, first car outside looking in. Top 3, 4 have kind of broken away. Chad Anderson, your 4th car, battle for 5th. Sean Harker and Jackson Sadoff going at it.
There you go. Pair of jet mods having it out. I believe that's for position number 5 on the speedway. Sadoff wins that little skirmish off of turn number 4. Sean Harker ready to start the next exchange through 1 and 2.
Smoke out of Sadoff's car when he got into the corner, and Harker kind of bicycled it up the racetrack a little bit. You see the puff of smoke there again from Sadoff as he enters the corner.
Got to be tire rub. It's not too consistent to be maybe something internal. Taking a look at that.
I think it might be a tire rub. Also, it could be if he's lifting going into the corner.
Of course, his father, Johnny Sadoff, a past winner of the Charlie Clark Memorial. Meanwhile, 3 laps to go. For the Twin Rivers sponsored GRT chassis, number 30, Jordan Grabowski, picking him up and laying him down here in our second modified B feature. Jake McBurney trying to stay within striking distance, but he's about a straightaway behind. McBurney, normally a regular down at the Bull Rings over in central Iowa. Races over in Marshalltown and Boone on a weekly basis, but good to have the driver out here tonight, putting in a good run in the second B feature. He runs in that second and final transfer spot. White flag will come out the next time by.
Jordan Grabowski has led them all.
Sure
Didn't have that great of a heat race earlier tonight. That's why he's been relegated to B feature number 2. Once again, top 2 moving on. Jordan Grabowski looking to punch his ticket as he is now half a lap away from doing so.
This will definitely help my fantasy points, and Jake McBurney can finish right behind him, and it looks like it will off of turn number 4. Jordan Grabowski will get the final Twin Rivers entry punched into the main event here at the Charlie Clark Memorial. He wins our second B feature. Jake McBurney's going to join him in the main event. Then it's going to be Alex Reeds coming home 3rd. Then it's Chad Anderson and Jackson Sadoff to round out the top 5. One more time, race fans. He's a multi-time Charlie Clark Memorial winner, and he is looking to add another one to his resume. Your winner out of Beatrice, Nebraska, car number 30, Jordan Grabowski. For B feature number 3 from Alvo, Nebraska, it'll be the 35D of Dylan Stillman. On his outside, his fellow Nebraska Youngblood from Lincoln. It's the 1R of Cade Richards.
Row number 2 to the inside, the 3T out of Fremont, Nebraska. That's going to be Nate Thompson. To his outside, the 21H, the Hitman, Shane Hyatt out of Rising City, Nebraska.
3rd row inside from Cozad, Nebraska. It'll be the 50C of Colton Osborne. On his outside from Larned, Kansas, it'll be William Nusser in the 7N.
Row number 4 to the inside, the 7S. That's going to be Bob Fleshman out of Merrill, Iowa. To his outside, out of David City, the 2D, Austin Swoboda.
Next row back will be the 8A of Dustin Anderson, the 23JR of Nick Roberts.
Norman Ziegebine rounds out the field in the 11th starting position.
Here we go. Last chance for one last dance for the modifieds. Here in the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial, right off the bat, Dylan Stillman throws the slide job on Cade Richards to secure the race lead to start this one off. Colton Osborne able to nose ahead of Shane Hyatt for the 3rd spot. A lot of shuffling at the tail end of the field. Ziegenbein trying to get thrifty on the low side of 3 and 4. Couldn't get it there. Lap 1 will go to Dylan Stillman. Now you're the one speechless.
I'm sorry. No, it's my friends are giving me grief on social media for saying Payne Reed.
Well, we'll keep working on that.
Anyways,
it's a long weekend.
Dylan Silman out of turn number 4 gets the signal. 7 rotations around the 4/10 mile I-80 Speedway. I know that's been contested as of late. I think on the low side it's 4/10. On the outside it's probably a half mile.
That's a pretty safe bet, I think. Meanwhile, all bets are off on that battle for third right now. Look at Shane Hyatt and Nate Thompson having it out. Two guys have been really duking it out across the modified scene here in the state of Nebraska. Right now, Shane Hyatt has the upper hand over Thompson for that third spot, and they're closing in. Meanwhile, we got a spin at the bottom of turn number 4.
Caution flag is out.
And the storm has rolled on Norman Ziegenbein. Top right there, the Pro Transmission sponsor, Jetmod chassis number 1Z.
I think we raised somewhere around $600 on his modified challenge, so big thanks to Norm. He talked to me about his dad actually dealing with Alzheimer's right now, so big thanks to Norm and everybody that donated to that. Caution flags coming out. That was a solo spin. I-80 Speedway, get him up, get him up, get him up. Take a drink.
Lone Ranger rule back in effect. Unfortunately, that will end Ziegenbein's night as we get back to racing action. Shane Hyatt ready to take the fight right to the bottom lane through 1 and 2. And he will close in on Cade Richards.
Good run.
Look at Shane Hyatt goes there. Cade, you got much to learn, young grasshopper. Into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, Hyatt, can he get the pass made? Richards denies him at the line.
Shane Hyatt working on the low side, 21H. He may have it this time. Richards, good run through the outside groove in turns 1 and 2. Richards is going to stick out there by a nose.
Into turn 3, now it's Hyatt by a nose. Nice back and forth exchange we're seeing between Richards and Hyatt. This time at the line, it'll be Richards back up in front, this time just over a car length. They're side by side again going into turn 1.
They're both sticking to the respective grooves. Wow, Richards much better turn 2. He's going to get a big run off the corner and down the backstretch. He pulls away from Hyatt, but Hyatt reels it back in turn 3.
Richards showing Hyatt who's the boss here. Not just talking about the boss Subway sandwich that Richards got on the side of that car.
They have a boss sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll check it out.
One of my personal favorites, of course, Subway, one of those big sponsors on Cade's machine right now. That sandwich doing a great job powering Richards to the front. Right now, your race leader, Dylan Silman, he has gone up and left in that S&S Welding number 35D.
Shane Hyatt's going to have to find a different groove. He cannot find his way around the 1R. Cade Richards
He's got to find it.
Falls back again as Richards goes to the low side. Hyatt goes even lower in turns 3 and 4. White flag is out for Dylan Silman.
Well, that groove you mentioned, Dan, he's got to find it fast because the white flag is out.
Final time, Richards pulled away again. Hyatt just not able to get the grip off the corner.
Off at turn number 4, race fans, here comes your winner, Dylan Silman, moving on to the Charlie Clark Memorial, and his fellow Nebraska Youngblood, Cade Richards, will join him. Shane Hyatt, unfortunately, is going to come up 1 spot short, and it's Colton Osborne coming home 4th. Nate Thompson will round out your top 5. One more time, race fans, give him a round of applause. One of our weekend warriors here at I-80 Speedway, punching his ticket in to the Charlie Clark Memorial. He hails from just down the road in Alvo, Nebraska, the 35D, Dylan Silman.
Cody Thompson, Tom Berry, Mike Densberger, Jordan Grabowski. I mean, this field is absolutely stout.
How about it, race fans? One final time tonight. Send these modified drivers off in style. This is your 2022 feature field for the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial.
This is what you've sat in the cold waiting for all night long. Big thank you to everybody that's hung out with us tonight and enjoyed another night of racing at I-80 Speedway. The nights are ticking away. Tomorrow night and Saturday nights. Then we've got next Friday and Saturday, and that will conclude racing at I-80 Speedway for the foreseeable future. Let's enjoy what we've got in front of us for the next 22 laps. Jared Huffelman and Chris Abelson leading the field down the backstretch.
Well, here we go, race fans. The field tightens up. It is time to kick the tires and light the fires. It is Charlie Clark Memorial feature time here at I-80 Speedway.
Good start for Abelson. He's going to have about a half a car length advantage going into turn number 1. Heffelman goes up to the cushion, 1 and 2. Ryan Jenkins is right there. So is Jesse Dennis and Justin Gregg.
Justin Seiner on the outside, a Sadoff back there for position number 6 on the Speedway. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Off of turn number 4 this time. Drag race to the line. Lap 1 goes to Mr. Excitement, Chris Abelson. Meanwhile, we got a spin at the back of the field. That's Bub Lorette.
Bub Lorette trying to get it refired. He does. Good job, Bub Lorette. We stay green.
Give that guy a raise on his pay at the end of the night.
Heffelman stuck his nose in there for the race lead in turn 3. Abelson's fighting back.
Off of turn number 4, Abelson will hang on just under a car length advantage for the 1X out of Sioux City, Iowa.
Two laps down, 20 laps left to go. 3 wide through the middle of turns 1 and 2.
Ryan Jenkins.
Trouble for Justin Gregg tapped the outside wall exit of turn 2.
Yeah, Justin Seiner just about got a piece of that as well. They continue on. Meanwhile, Ryan Jenkins has worked his way to 3rd. He'll go after Heffelman for the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Kelly Shryock in that number 3 machine right on the low side here, trying to get the run off at turn number 2. Meanwhile, we got one in the wall. It's Jake Neal in turns 1 and 2.
Jake Neal slow on the high side of turns 1 and 2. He's going to come to a stop. That'll bring out the caution.
So our first yellow flag coming out. 3 laps into this wild soiree. And it's for last year's I-80 Speedway Super Late Model Track champion, Jake Neal. Of course, that car normally driven by our 2014 modified champion out here at I-80, Mark Lighting out of Lincoln. And
Lighting also picked up a win earlier this year at I-80 Speedway for the weekly racing action.
A flat right front is the demise for the 201 Slider chassis.
To get back to the front, or at least into the top 8, and have a chance at that Twin Rivers Dash for Cash. Modified drivers,
I think it's
1,022 to win the Dash for Cash, 2,022 to win this 22-lap A feature. Green flag is back out. 3 wide at the line. We're taking a drink.
It's racing like that. It makes me feel bad that we have to eliminate so many good drivers out of this one to get to 8.
Ryan Jenkins had a great run on the low side of 1 and 2, but Abelson was able to score to win the exit of turn number 2. Jenkins back under fire from Jared Heffelman, who wants the runner-up spot back.
Justin Seiner throwing the slide job on Jesse Dennis, and look who's running the bottom lane, Tom Berry Jr. Look at that, has scooted his way, I believe, just into the top 8. He's currently running in position number 7. Great run for the Des Moines native.
Ryan Jenkins slides up in front of Jared Heffelman. I'll get it right the 4th time. 3 wide. Here comes Jacob Hobscheit looking to stick his nose in there for 3rd. He's got it at the line.
Hobscheit with a good run right around the low side. That's the same line that Barry ran the previous lap. And now Hobscheit's worked his way to 3rd.
Heffelman.
And Heffelman just about caught the wall. He'll surrender the 4th spot to Kelly Shryock.
Got a little squirrely in the exit of turn 2. Back in, kicked out,
Greg.
had to lift. Justin Gregg's going to slide up, pull a slide job on Jared Heffelman.
Man, oh man, it is a great back and forth there. Gregg, Seiner, Heffelman.
Battle for the race lead. Ryan Jenkins on the lip, trying to get that run off turn 2. He's got it down the backstretch. You've got a new race leader in the Charlie Clark Memorial.
Ryan Jenkins, he was one of the segment winners from last year's Charlie Clark Memorial win. I know that was a big key victory for him.
Wow.
And he'll make the lead official at the line. 15 to go. Jenkins now up in front.
Travis Hatcher in the 13H pulls off the racetrack. Jenkins now back to the high side lip, out of turn number 2. They're side by side down the backstretch. Abelson hard into turn 3, slides up the racetrack. Jenkins is there on the cush. Battle for the race lead continues out of 4.
And Hobscheit's going to make it a triple threat match here before too long. That GRT car has been looking good around the low side now. Goes to the outside to get the diamond effect off at turn number 2. We've seen this from Jake and from Ryan all throughout this season. They were 1 and 2 in the championship standings. Here we go. Abelson says, man, which one do I block? How about neither? Jenkins right around the outside. Abelson able to maintain 2nd. What a race so far.
I thought Jenkins jumped the cushion in turn 2 and turn 3. He may have, but he got on the binders, corrected that car, and got a good run out of turn 4. He's able to hold on the lead. Now we got a battle for 2nd.
And now Hopshide, he wants the whole thing for himself. Way up the track goes Hopshide. Jenkins says, ain't gonna work, my man. You ought to know by now.
12 laps to go. Ryan Jenkins, great crossover move last time by. Jacob Hopshide up to that second spot. Abelson starting to slow down. He's back into third.
Maybe the tires are starting to go away from him on the 1X halfway home through this feature. 11 down, 11 left. And right now, great run here between the top two in the point standings here at I-80. Jenkins, who finished second. Hopshide, you're now three-time track champion. Rides that second spot. 3 wide there is Justin Zeitner and Tom Berry split. Kelly Schreck 3 wide again as Zeitner shoots the gap between Berry and Abelson. What a run! It's not done yet.
Berry on the low side. Abelson's not going to let him get by. Abelson will hold on to the spot. No, Berry gets by according to scoring and timing. Battle for the race lead continues. Jenkins holding off his buddy Jacob Hopshide. We talked about it. Jacob Hopshide picking up the NASCAR Weekly Racing Track Championship. Ryan Jenkins would feel much better about that if he's able to hold on to the lead with 9 laps left to go.
Man, Berry went full send on that one into turn number 3 and just about took Zeitner's Nerf bar off of turn number 2 this time. JZ gets back around Berry for the 3rd spot. Man, that has been quite the dogfight to watch. Berry drops low on entry to 3. Zeitner stays on top on the exit of 4. Zeitner with a good run. Meanwhile, Justin Craig out of shape. That allows Chris Abelson to get back around. That's for position number 6.
8 laps to go. Now 7.5 laps to go as the field goes down the backstretch. Ryan Jenkins into turn 3. Nice and smooth with the 6 car. Jacob Hopshide not able to reel him in the last couple of laps. We'll see this time. Hopshide 0.3 faster last time. I think Jenkins might have jumped the cushion in 3.
And he gets a good diamond off at turn number 2 to extend that advantage over Jacob Hopshide. Meanwhile, keep your eyes a little bit further back in the pack. I believe the 30T of Terry Phillips. He's got company from Cody Thompson. That's the battle for the 8th and final spot in the dash for cash.
Trouble for a car down the backstretch. That's Sadoff.
That's Johnny Sadoff. Yeah, he's off the track. We'll keep going. Oh, and Zeitner's in the wall. Justin Zeitner cut the wall in turns 1 and 2. Your 3rd place runner goes down. The caution is out with 6 to go.
This is exactly what Ryan Jenkins didn't want to see. He was holding Jacob Hopshide at bay. No problem. Now he's got to deal with a restart, and we have watched Jacob Hopshide steal wins away numerous times on restarts at I-80 Speedway.
Well, a couple of cars ducking it into the pits. That would be Tim Ward and Todd Shute. They have both taken their cars track side. And it's RJ up front, that Rage chassis.
Delaware double file restart. Hopshide's got Tom Berry Jr. to his inside. Boy, look at this field behind Ryan Jenkins.
Man, oh man, this would be a feature lineup and a stout one at that anywhere else in the country. Off of 4. Back to green in the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial. Man, that was tight.
Jenkins and Hopshide touch on the exit of turn 1.
Look at Berry.
Berry's going to make it 3 wide. Jenkins bobbles. Crossover move by Jenkins down the backstretch. Ryan Jenkins gets the lead back by a nose.
Man, oh man, Tom Berry took his shot. Jenkins was quick to counter it. Off at turns 3 and 4 this time. Berry to the top shelf. Jenkins through the middle. Who gets the beneficiary? Berry gets a good run, but Jenkins still has the lead. 5 laps to go. They're going to go 3 wide again. Now Hopshide back to the front.
Hopshide made it stick hard into turn 1. Took the race lead away. Jenkins now back to 3rd as Berry gets by on the exit of turn 2.
Hopshide going through the middle lane to try to make the lead official this time. He will do so. Tom Berry Jr. sitting back in that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Kelly Stryox worked his way back to 4th. Here comes Terry Phillips on the outside of Chris Abelson. That is for the 5th spot.
Ryan Jenkins is going to take the line that Tom Berry got when he got the 2nd place away. Doesn't work for Jenkins. Jenkins will reset as Hopshide comes out of turn 4, pulling away from Tom Berry Jr. 3 laps left to go.
Oh, Abelson is fading now. Cody Thompson's able to slip by. Jared Heffelman, he can smell that blood in the water right now. Heffelman trying to get a spot in the dash right now. He's dueling it out with Jordan Grabowski for that honor. He has it right now. Keep your eyes on Grabowski and Heffelman. 15 going on 30 for the final spot in the dash for cash. 2 laps to go.
Jacob Hopshide just put 5 tenths on Tom Berry Jr.'s lap time. 21-1 to Habscheit, 21-6 to Tom Berry Jr.
And look at Heffelman, I mentioned it, that's the battle on screen right now. That's the battle for the 8th and final spot in the dash. Heffelman back to the low side to get around Grabowski. White flag is out this time, 4/10 of a mile to go. Back and forth we go, Grabowski takes 8th spot back at the flag stand.
Great run for Grabowski out of turn 4. Crossover move on Heffelman, gave him the run out of turn 4, got the spot. Heffelman's battling back, looks to Grabowski's inside.
Habscheit, he will score the win here. Tom Berry Jr. will join him, so will Ryan Jenkins, Terry Phillips, Cody Thompson, Kelly Schreier, Chris Abelson, and Jordan Grabowski will get the 8th and final spot in the Twin Rivers Dash for Cash. Unfortunately for Jared Heffelman, his night comes to an end early in this one. What a battle between Grabowski and Heffelman. But race fans, your top 8 moving on. The 30 of Jordan Grabowski. He'll be followed by the 1X of Chris Abelson in 7th. 6th, the 3 of Kelly Schreier. 5th, the 25C of Cody Thompson. 4th, the 30T, Terry Phillips. In 3rd, the 6 of Ryan Jenkins. 2nd, the 11X of Tom Berry Jr. And race fans, give it up for the 22-lap feature main event winner out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska, the 3-time I-80 Speedway track champion, the 01 Jacob Habscheit.
Are we ready to go? Good? On your mark. Get set.
All right, race fans, there goes the horn. Final one of the night. It's like Kelly Schreier's team right to work to get that number 3 machine refueled. Looks like Chris Abelson's crew's got that car on the jack. Trying to get a fresh right rear sneaker on the number 1X.
Yeah, you noted it, Anthony. He might have worn that tire out because he was starting to fall back late in that race.
There's quite a bit of rubber on the racetrack as it is right now, so looks like Jacob Habscheit's crew, they're getting it topped off with fuel. Same goes for Ryan Jenkins.
Coming up on 1 minute 30 seconds. 1 minute 30 seconds.
Meanwhile, Tom Berry Jr.'s crew looks like they're just admiring the color scheme on that 11X right now. It's like,
don't touch it. It's good.
Oh, yes, yes. The decals look good. Harris chassis decal looks like to be in order. Yeah, it's a very nice car, indeed.
What accent is that?
I don't know what I was going for.
That's a good one. I'm not criticizing. I'm just curious.
I guess that's my art critic impression or something.
That's a good.
This is indeed a modified.
1 minute remaining. Oh, yes, it is. 1 minute remaining.
Crew hard to work on the right rear, getting the on the 30T of Terry Phillips, trying to get a new Hoosier on that car.
45 seconds. Again, I'll sound the horn at 30. I'll sound the horn at 30. "30 seconds. Still got one car doing maintenance, working hard to get it cleaned up. I believe everybody's off, right? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, there we go. Time has expired. Looks like about everyone's made it by. How about it, race fans? Give these track crews a round of applause. Great job by these racing crews. Not too often you get a pit stop during a dirt race, and these guys and gals made it look easy. Here we go. Final 6 laps of the night. Here for the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial. It has been a fun, action-packed night. 6 more laps for $1,022. We go green. Barry with the lead into turn number 1, nearly 3 wide there for second as Thompson had to get out of it as Hopshide able to secure the second position. Terry Phillips looked to the outside of Jenkins, couldn't make it there. Thompson will slip by to take third. Phillips back to the inside, big haymaker slider coming off at turn number 4 from TP. Off at turn number 4 this time, lap number 1. Great dash, but it's going to be Tom Barry to lead lap 1.
Tom Barry running the high side in 3 and 4.
Whoa!
Jenkins up into the walls. Keeps it going though.
Don't knock the stuffing out of it too far. This is only day 1 of this weekend, Ryan.
Tom Barry may have jumped the cushion there. No, he's up against the lip. Good run out of turn number 4. Tom Barry will lead again. 4 laps left to go.
And Terry Phillips, a good crossover move on Cody Thompson. I was worried Thompson may have just about took the nose off of Phillips. Phillips will slide by. He'll take the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Jordan Grabowski able to get by Ryan Jenkins. That's for the 6th spot. Grabowski going to go low on the inside of Kelly Shryock. That's for the 5th position. Meanwhile, Tom Barry Jr. continues to show the way. 3 laps remaining.
Tom Barry Jr., we've made many notes about it. Won the Silver Dollar Nationals, swept the Silver Dollar Nationals. Won the Boone Super Nationals. Basically, he's just won every major paying race. Looking to pick up the Twin Rivers $1,022 bonus, and he's got 2 laps left to do it.
He's also your defending Cornhusker Classic champion. Looks like Chris Abelson down on the 1X. Of course, Tom Barry Jr. Hopefully he'll be representing the state of Iowa well next month when he heads down to the Dome at America Center for the Gateway Dirt Nationals. White flag is out this time. Final trip around I-80 for TBJ.
Jacob Hopshite got $1,022. If he stays in second, he's looking to get another $500. Excuse me, $2,022. Looking to get another $500.
Off at turn number 4, race fans. Here comes your Dash for Cash winner. Tom Barry Jr. goes wire to wire to win it. Jacob Hopshite is second. Then it's Terry Phillips in third. Cody Thompson comes home 4th. And Kelly Shryock will round out the top 5. So how about it, race fans? Last year's Speedway Motors Cornhusker Classic champion gets it done in the Twin Rivers Dash for Cash. He hails out of Des Moines, Iowa by way of Bedford, Oregon. Car number 11X, give it up for him, I-80, Tom Barry Jr.